आपके पास जब अगर रोहित शर्मा कंडीशंस में खेल सकते हैं, और आज का जो सरफेस है, सरफेस इतना आसान नहीं होगा। जब आपके पास सरफेस आसान नहीं है तो आपको दिग्गज बल्लेबाज चाहिए। हाँ, तो उस नजरिए से मुझे लगता है कि उतना ज्यादा फर्क नहीं गिरेगा कि छोटा गेम हो या बड़ा गेम हो।
जब पिच कोई हरकत कर रही हो तो फिर कल के बच्चे थोड़ी ना वहां पे डगमगाएंगे, वहां डगमगाएंगे, चमकेंगे नहीं। पर
और अगर 30-35 ओवर का मैच हो तो मेरा ये मानना है फिर शायद कुलचा में से जिसको भी एक को आराम करना चाहिए और मोहम्मद शामी को जरूर खेलना।
कुल के चा
वो तो कप्तान कोहली ही बताएंगे। कुल के चा कोहली ही बताएंगे। कुल के चा
आपके पास जब अगर रोहित शर्मा
कोहली ही बताएंगे। कुल के चा
आपके पास जब अगर रोहित शर्मा
कोहली ही बताएंगे। कुल के चा
आपके पास जब अगर रोहित शर्मा
कोहली ही बताएंगे। कुल के चा
Much has been spoken about how you start a tournament and build a little bit of momentum, and I think we've done that. We've played some good cricket and been tested in different areas as well, which is always good going into a big game. We've been tested somewhere along the line. I think Bangladesh was our biggest test, and nice to get over the line in those tight ones, but another step up with India coming on Thursday. Some big players in their team, and they've played some good cricket so far, so that'll be our biggest test, and hopefully we can come up with the goods.
Shikhar will definitely be missed in the next 3 to 4 games, but we have a great backup for each position. So with that, we should be able to make it up. As far as Shikhar is concerned, we'll be observing him, and probably it will take some time. Around the 10th or 12th day, we'll get to know where he stands, and post that we will be in a better position to take a call, because you do not really want to rule out a precious player like Shikhar very straight at the time of when the impact or the injury happened. So we would like to wait and assess after 10-12 days. Vijay Shankar is going to be an option, and then there are a couple of others as well.
I think it's just trying to build on every performance, trying to get better and better, trying to play to our blueprint as much as we can. We know that if we do that and play with a positive style and intent, then we'll go a long way in the tournament. Like I said, it's just trying to take this one game at a time. It's the old cliche, and not looking too far ahead. So we've done that so far well, and hopefully it can continue. And even if you come up against a strong team and you play a good game, you don't get the result, then it's we're not looking too far back or too far ahead. It's just about trying to prepare for that next game as well as we can.
No, generally when you come to England, you expect these things wherein you know that you are bound to get a few days wherein the weather is going to play spoil sport. But from our point of view, it's not only happened to us, and so far we've been lucky that we haven't had a game affected by the weather. So let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, the weather, obviously you can't control the weather. Whatever happens on Thursday, training indoors today, and whatever comes, we just got to, whichever team adapts on the day, to probably coming off and on a little bit in terms of the weather that's forecast for Thursday. But this is the UK, so you're not too sure exactly what's going to come of it.
Thanks very much, Paul Reiffel, Marais, Erasmus alongside me. Paul, I'll come to you first. What are the major concerns as we arrived at the ground this morning? I know it's looking better, the covers are off, so that's some good news.
Yeah, the pitch is fine, but it's because we've had so much rain in the last few days, it's where it's run off the covers. We've got some muddy areas over here, and it's just generally damp where the water's come off. Had so much rain, so we just need to give it some time.
Marais, those areas, when you look at player safety, does that come into it?
It will. It's most of our concerned areas are within the 30 and just outside the 30, so there'll be a lot of traffic today. So obviously it's early in the tournament, and you have to consider those kind of things.
Have the ground staff given you some sort of an indication about how long that might take to dry, Paul?
No, they haven't, and because it's such a damp sort of a day, there's no wind, there's no sun, so it's difficult. All we can do is wait and have a look. We're going to have an inspection at 10:30 and see how it's going. But just standing here now, it's very cold and it's not really conducive to drying. But we can only just sit and wait, and hopefully it does dry.
Former batsman, former bowler, you guys would be happy. We're not so happy, Pistol, are we? Because you don't want to be running around in this sort of outfield, and it's sort of the hamstring comes into play. You go to stop, everything skids, so it's not easy. How do you take that into account, whether it's good there and not so good in the outfield, Marais?
Yeah, it's got to be reasonable to play an international game of cricket. So obviously there's areas that will have more traffic than others, so we have to consider that. But yeah, it's going to be a slow drying day, unfortunately. I feel a few drops now on my head, so it seems like there's more rain around. So we have time. We've got 75 minutes, obviously, and then maybe even a reduced game. So we do have time, and we'll have to take that time today.
Inspection when?
10:30 we'll have a look and see where it's going.
All right, gents, get your thermals on. Enjoy the day if we get some cricket in. Back to you, Harsh.
I have with me John Wright, and I'm so happy to see him here. Wasn't expecting, but great to see him. He's got younger actually. He tells me he's 64, but I don't think he is 64. So my first question to him would be, how does he feel watching the Men in Blue from outside? Because he's actually created the Men in Blue during his time. My first overseas coach and my favorite coach till so far. And how does it feel, John, watching these boys?
I think a bit like you. You sort of, we had another World Cup together and now they've got their chance. And I've always thought that it was the greatest privilege to have the opportunity to work in India. I never expected it, you know. And then how hard it was at the start for both of us, you know, proving ourselves. You know, you were a new captain and I was a foreign coach, and you remember the good times, but you know, there were some tough times.
And we had quite a few good times during that era, thanks to that wonderful team and John's way of handling everyone, because not everyone was very easy to handle. I met him first time in Kent when Rahul came and said, you know, he's our coach, and would you look at him and work with him? I said, yeah, I would love to, and that's when I first got hold of him, and we had a great relationship. We actually genuine friends. You know, he works with the Mumbai Indians quietly at the back. And how has that experience been?
Oh, I've really enjoyed that.
T20 cricket?
Yeah, I've sort of really enjoyed that. They were great.
And they have a Kiwi as an Indian talent scout. Can you imagine? That's how well he knows about Indian cricket. We spoke about our World Cup preparations, and we spoke about our game against Natal B, which according to John was the most strongest team we faced in that World Cup till we faced Australia in the final. So he'll tell you more about it and how he felt after we lost that game against the club.
Well, we went. We were playing on the outskirts of Durban, and we've been having a tough time. We'd gone to New Zealand, got thrashed, and Mr. Delmere told me that, you know, we had to do well in the World Cup, and I knew that from my coaching perspective, and we played this game, and they didn't get many, and then you gave them a few just so we could have a few extra to chase, so we could have a good practice.
This is one way of getting out behind me. He said, you gave them many, because if they would have got
Was it my fault?
if they would have got 100, we would have won that game. But nonetheless, we had a great World Cup, and he was responsible for it because there were some strong-headed players in that side. And as we grew, both of us together, we got better friends, and I think he was more of a friend than a coach to me. I understood him, he understood me, and you know, every time I see him, it feels so good. But anyways, John, lovely to stand next to you and speak about cricket once again, and it's so happy to see you, and so nice every time I get to know you.
Yeah, well, the feeling's exactly the same.
Thank you.
We had some great times.
India means everything to me. This is my life. I'm someone who plays the game with love, passion, and loves challenges. In 2.5 years, I've been preparing for this, so time has come. I'm a happy soul, you know, I like to be happy, and no matter what happens in my life, I like to take it as positive and end up finding something positive about it. Me and my brother were talking, and he just mentioned we as brothers are always happy about everything, you know, because for us, from where we have come, everything is a bonus. Few days back, my friend sent me a picture and he was like, "You remember this night?" I was like, "Yeah, I sure do." He clicked a picture of us celebrating after India winning the World Cup in 2011, and we were on the street because it was a festival, and I've never seen so many people out in one night. It actually made me emotional. It actually made me so happy that, 8 years down the line, playing the World Cup in 2019, it's been a dream. And my teammates are my brothers.
He always very chill, enjoying his game. He doesn't take pressure on himself, so he's kind of rock star, I would say.
3 consecutive sixes, brings up his 15 good time.
He is a truly game changer for us.
Chance of a run out, both at the same end.
I'm someone who's very passionate about the game.
Pushed into the offside from Jadeja and just doesn't go.
I don't think I'll do that now. It was just emotion, and actually, to be honest, when you are in that situation, nothing goes in your mind. That time it was just anger, because I was in a zone and everything was happening. I went into the dressing room, I started throwing things. I went to Jadhav. I went and said, "I'm extremely sorry, it was not intentional, no matter what happens. I'm not that guy." On 14th July, I want to have a cup in my hand. That's the only thing which is important for me. Even when I think of it, it just gives me goosebumps. My plan is simple, win the World Cup, and I am hoping that, and I expect that from myself as well. No pressure, because only maybe 1.5 billion people are, expecting that, so no pressure at all.
Personally, obviously, it's a great thing. It obviously it's a long time coming. Against Afghanistan, I felt like I had no rhythm. The next game, then obviously got one that's sort of kicked off the wicket, but I was a bit lazy. And then still last game, they bowled really straight to me. But to come out here and play the way that I know I can play was awesome. And I think going through those tough times and sort of regrouping with myself. To put myself in the best position to come back to international cricket, I did everything I could. I really knuckled down and trained, my backside off, and I'm just grateful for this opportunity. And as I said before, I'm just really looking forward to what's coming ahead of us here in the World Cup. Pumped to be back, and the boys are on fire here. We've got a great, group harmony. A lot of smiles on the faces, as you can see, and a lot of the training sessions and out in the field. So look, I'm pumped.
Nicely played. That is good instinct batting. Well, they're ready to go, aren't they? And it's that length.
Into the gap, another glorious shot. This time it's Warner, the left-hander.
Beats point, and that will bring up a 4.
Another beautiful shot.
Has it gone long enough? It has.
Edged and in between the keeper and first slip. But David Warner is ecstatic. 101 not out.
Well, here in Nottingham at the nets, not really at the nets because there are no nets. Umbrellas are up, the rain's been falling for the last couple of days. There was a little break, just a tiny break in the weather for India to get outdoors and just have a little bit of a session. Well, just behind me is where India were a little bit earlier and when the sun was out for about an hour, I suppose it was. It's raining again now. But what we did see from that net session was Virat Kohli having a good bat. We saw Rohit Sharma having a good bat as well. And to me, Dinesh Karthik was the interesting thing because saw him having a net and just getting some throwdowns. Maybe he's the option at number 4. There was a lot of discussion between Kohli and coach Ravi Shastri about who would fill that number 4 spot now that Shikhar Dhawan is gone. Of course, KL Rahul will automatically just shift straight to the top of the order, and number 4 has been the big talking point for India in the last year and a half. Will it be Vijay Shankar? Will it be Dinesh Karthik? Personally, from the net session, it looked like it might be today, having that nod just ahead of him. He's a genuine batsman, we know that. Obviously, he's a wicketkeeper, but Shankar could offer just a little bit with the ball if required in these sorts of conditions. So that's the one point for India to talk about and their discussion around it. Apart from that, everything else looked very relaxed. The bowlers turned up. They were just milling around having a joke. The general joker, Yuswendra Chahal, he's always there. He's always in amongst it. Ravi Jadeja rolled his arm over gently a couple of times. Apart from that, nothing else really from an Indian point of view. They look relaxed. They're in winning form, and one of these teams, I guess, will go away tomorrow night with 2 points, 1 point, or maybe no points. Well, unfortunately, New Zealand weren't so lucky. They've been just up there. You see those windows up there? That's where they've been the last couple of days, training indoors. What do you get out of indoor nets? Well, for the batsmen, it's just about hitting balls. It's just about being a little bit more consistent, maybe getting some half volleys thrown at them, and just getting their timing, hitting deliveries. For the bowlers, there's not a lot they can do. A couple of the quick bowlers had a decent bowl, but it wasn't easy to see. Just caught up with Luke Ronke from the New Zealand camp. He said the indoor nets were not particularly easy for the batsmen to see, so they didn't want anything too fast, and it was all a white background as well with white cricket balls, which certainly doesn't make things easy. What New Zealand did do though was they played a bit of their foot volleyball that they play. They're in great spirits, and as they should be. 6 points from 3 games. So they've had Sri Lanka, they've had Bangladesh, they've had Afghanistan in their first 3 games. It seems a bit like an Asia Cup for New Zealand to start this tournament off, because they've got India now. But I think 6 points from those first 3 games will certainly hold them in good stead. They're looking forward to this India game, providing the weather plays its part. I think the conditions around here, with a little bit of rain, a little bit of seam movement, might favour New Zealand bowlers a touch, although India do have a very, very good seam bowling attack. So, providing the rain clears and the weather plays its part, we should be in for a cracking game. New Zealand seem in good spirits heading into the game. Thanks very much, Paul Reiffel, Marais, Erasmus alongside me. Paul, I'll come to you first. What are the major concerns as we arrived at the ground this morning? I know it's looking better, the covers are off, so that's some good news.
Yeah, the pitch is fine, but it's because we've had so much rain in the last few days, it's where it's run off the covers. We've got some muddy areas over here, and it's just generally damp where the water's come off. Had so much rain, so we just need to give it some time.
Marais, those areas, when you look at player safety, does that come into it?
It will. It's most of our concerned areas are within the 30 and just outside the 30, so there'll be a lot of traffic today. So obviously it's early in the tournament, and you have to consider those kind of things.
Have the ground staff given you some sort of an indication about how long that might take to dry, Paul?
No, they haven't, and because it's such a damp sort of a day, there's no wind, there's no sun, so it's difficult. All we can do is wait and have a look. We're going to have an inspection 10:30 and see how it's going. But just standing here now, it's very cold and it's not really conducive to drying. So, but we can only just sit and wait, and hopefully it does dry.
Former batsman, former bowler. You guys will be happy. We're not so happy, Pistol, are we? Because, I mean, you don't want to be running around in this sort of outfield. And just, I mean, it's sort of the hamstring comes into play. You go to stop, everything skids. So it's not easy. How do you take that into account, whether it's good there and not so good in the outfield, Marais?
Yeah, it's got to be reasonable to play an international game of cricket. So, obviously, there's areas that will have more traffic than others, so we have to consider that. But, yeah, it's going to be a slow drying day, unfortunately. I mean, I feel a few drops now on my head, so it seems like there's more rain around. So we have time. We've got 75 minutes, obviously, and then maybe even a reduced game. So we do have time, and we'll have to take that time today.
Inspection when?
10:30 we'll have a look and see where it's going.
All right, gents, get your thermals on. Enjoy the day if we get some cricket in. Back to you, Harsh.
He's a very, very good leader for New Zealand, and he's taken over the mantle of what Brendan McCullum did, and he's brought his own, I guess, unique style to the group as well.
Kane learnt a lot under Brendan's leadership, and he's continued. I think the environment and the fun factor that we have has continued, but Kane's also put his own spin on things, and which is great as well, because it's natural for Kane and I guess authentic for Kane to lead in his own way rather than trying to be like someone else, and I think he's done a great job in the time that he's been captain.
It's a real privilege. Obviously it's been great to have done the job for a wee while now, but naturally everybody eyes up the World Cup as sort of the main event, and I think everybody comes here with the dream or the want to win the World Cup. But if you're able to get momentum, click as a group in these conditions against all different opposition, then that can go a long way to navigating your way through the tournament.
I think Kane has really grown in the role in the last couple of years. He's really come on.
Kane's a very driven individual. Fantastic batsman, as we all know, and is capable of leading from the front through his work ethic and the way he goes about consistently doing the right things.
Batting with him, wow, what a player he is. He makes it look so easy at times, and long may it continue.
We're very fortunate to have one of the world's best batsmen currently playing, and for us as bowlers to be able to train, run in and bowl to someone like Kane day in, day out. I think you're testing yourself against one of the best players in the world.
You know what you get with Kane, he's definitely a team first kind of guy. You just know exactly when Kane's out there, he's giving his all. He's not going to just throw his wicket away trying to get to a quick 50 or getting to that lane mark. You know, I think he's one of the best batters in the world, but gone out in the 90s a lot of times, and it just goes to show that he's not worried about the hundreds or whatever. He's just worried about the wins for New Zealand. He trains a heck of a lot. He gets a lot more balls than most of us, so when he's out in the middle, he's giving his all.
I've known Kane for a long time now, played age group stuff, and there's no fluke why he is that good. He loves hitting balls, he trains extremely hard, and he deserves everything that's come his way. And he's always looking at ways to try and get better, and that's one of the reasons why he is so good.
We're ready with the Player of the Match award. We've got Waqar Younis to hand over the trophy to David Warner, who's ICC Hall of Famer and brand ambassador for ICC. Fantastic 100. This is what Australia needed on a tough pitch like this from their opener.
Thanks. Yeah, look, I think when I got out, we had 70 balls to go, and you know, as the in batter, you want to try and bat 50 overs and then put on more runs. I think 300, we should have been around 340, 350. But credit to the way that Pakistan bowled. Their second spells were fantastic. They hit their lines and lengths and made it hard for us to actually drive down the ground.
It was a sea change for you in a way from that innings that you scored against India to where you were in this innings. What changed actually?
Yeah, I think it was a used wicket for one, and it was a tad dry, and they bowled very straight lines to me and gave me no width. So look, I just had to come out here and sort of adapt. It was a bit of movement early on in that wicket, so you sort of had to be a bit more tighter. And then if you got any sort of back of a length balls, you had to try and climb into it, and that's all that my mindset was.
What does this century mean to you and to Australia?
Oh, look, it means a lot to a batsman, but for us it's about the way that we finished just then. There was some great efforts and great knocks there from Pakistan. Obviously Wahab at the end there coming out and freeing his arms, but look, our bowlers bowled fantastic there, probably got closer than we probably expected, but look, it was a great game.
Fantastic knock, well done.
Thank you.
Much has been spoken about how you start the tournament and build a little bit of momentum, and I think we've done that. We've played some good cricket and been tested in different areas as well, which is always good going into a big game. We've been tested somewhere along the line. I think Bangladesh was our biggest test, and nice to get over the line in those tight ones, but another step up with India coming on Thursday. Some big players in their team, and they've played some good cricket so far, so that'll be our biggest test, and hopefully we can come up with the goods.
Shikhar will definitely be missed in the next 3 to 4 games, but we have a great backup for each position. So with that, we should be able to make it up. As far as Shikhar is concerned, we'll be observing him, and probably it will take some time. Around the 10th or 12th day, we'll get to know where he stands, and post that we will be in a better position to take a call, because you do not really want to rule out a precious player like Shikhar very straight at the time of when the impact or the injury happened. So we would like to wait and assess after 10-12 days. Vijay Shankar is going to be an option, and then there are a couple of others as well.
I think it's just trying to build on every performance, trying to get better and better, trying to play to our blueprint as much as we can. We know that if we do that and play with a positive style and intent, then we'll go a long way in the tournament. Like I said, it's just trying to take that one game at a time. It's the old cliche, and not looking too far ahead. So we've done that so far well, and hopefully it can continue. And even if you come up against a strong team and you play a good game, you don't get the result, then it's, we're not looking too far back or too far ahead. It's just about trying to prepare for that next game as well as we can.
No, generally when you come to England, you expect these things wherein you know that you are bound to get a few days wherein the weather is going to play spoil sport. But from our point of view, it's not only happened to us, and so far we've been lucky that we haven't had a game affected by the weather. So let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, the weather, obviously you can't control the weather. Whatever happens on Thursday, training indoors today, and whatever comes, we just got to, whichever team adapts on the day, to probably coming off and on a little bit in terms of the weather that's forecast for Thursday. But this is the UK, so you're not too sure exactly what's going to come of it.
Harsha feels that it's New Zealand who will take that 1 point more gleefully than India. Joy?
I tend to agree. Definitely agree. Though you have to say the conditions would suit, they'd think of it, oh, this is a perfect day for Christchurch, and that's the way they'd look at it. But the fact of the matter is, that is a fact. But New Zealand traditionally have been small team bullies over the last 4 years. They've been clinical in their execution against the smaller teams. Against a larger team, they have struggled. And I think that's the thing that India has. I mean, nobody in India is really going to enjoy these batting conditions, but we are far more used to it than we ever were.
There's your numbers to support that.
36% against the top 4 teams, and then against the rest, look at it, it's 81%. They've been clinical against it, and that's what they've done. They've banked 3 wins away. Here, they're 3 wins, they're done. And they're going to say, if we get 1 more against India, it's a team we didn't expect to beat. And that's important for them, because they're 3.5, 2 more wins and they're through. And that's how they look at this tournament right now.
And just to clarify, those were done basically on rankings. I'm not responsible for Bangladesh not being put in that first group, but we had to just go by rankings and separate the teams, as it were. So this is just to confirm: New Zealand unbeaten, India unbeaten, but at 4th place because of 1 less game played. So if it were 1 point each, New Zealand would get to 7, India get to 5, going ahead to that big clash against Pakistan in Manchester. So we've got Harsha's opinion, Joy's opinion. Robin, where do you sit on this particular issue?
For me, I think I'm of the belief that New Zealand would want to play this game, because they're coming off 3 wins, right? And they've got a lot of confidence going, and they're on a high. They're riding a wave right now. So they would like to play India while they're riding that wave, than to have played India when they're not riding such a wave. So in my view, I think they'd want to play this game, because if a win against India would send a message to the whole contingent there, right? Who are playing matches in the World Cup. So I think they would want to play this match and see if they can get a win. They will go with the belief that they can beat India, because even in the practice game they did beat India, and in these kind of conditions they've troubled India in the past, and New Zealand as well. So I think they would want to play this game, and they will be of the conviction that, hey, if you get a win against India, we're contenders, not just semi-final contenders.
And you're talking about both the fact that it's momentum and conditions.
Yes, absolutely.
Because on a bright sunny day, maybe you would.
Yeah, they know that the Indian batting lineup's the best in the world. You get rid of one guy, I'm like, man, this guy's coming in. You get rid of that, you get rid of him, and then there's another guy coming in. So you really have to have an exceptional day for you to feel like, okay, we've got this under control. But that's not the case here against India, right? So under these conditions, I think they'd fancy a chance for themselves. So I think they'd want to play.
We'll talk about Shami, but let's have a look at the reason why Dooley was taking that little dig about playing the Asia Cup. You could call it the Australasia Cup, then of course New Zealand would get in there. But have a look at that. Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, India, and then of course finally South Africa turns up on the 19th of June, which is 3 weeks into the tournament. They play their first non-Asian team.
Wow, yeah, it's a big one.
You can't blame us Asians to being so good at cricket, huh?
Yes, certainly is. But yeah, we briefly touched upon it because Mohammed Shami could be a discussion point again. If you're looking at the conditions, you may not want to go with both your wrist spinners. Certainly Chahal's been the senior pro as far as the two are concerned. So Kuldeep Yadav may be making way for Mohammed Shami, and I think you'd agree with that selection.
Yeah, I think so. I think that would be the right way to go if they're going based on conditions. And I think with the overhead conditions, with the way the weather has been, it would be ideal to play Shami, because he's a destructive bowler, and it's unfortunate in his perception to be missing out, because he's in great form as well, right? So you wanna be able to give him an opportunity when the conditions allow you to, and I think in this case it allows you to give him an opportunity, and I think he should play.
Yeah, and he's hardworking. Every time we've talked to Zahir Khan about Mohammed Shami, he's such a hard worker. He keeps coming back. Yes, he had that injuries early on, but every time he comes back, he's just somebody who tries. I'm not, in mathematics terms, you don't want to say 120%. Stick to 100%, but that's what he gives you.
No, that, and don't forget, he was our lead bowler in the 2015 World Cup. He was the lead bowler out there, and I think Umesh and the others were his support bowlers. He was our biggest wicket taker in that tournament. He just played in New Zealand, played very well in New Zealand. So this is a guy in form. This is a guy who'd love these conditions. And I wouldn't be surprised if he were to take the new ball ahead of one of the others as well. I mean, they might just hold Bumrah back and say, give the new ball to Bhuvi and Shami and say, bring Bumrah back for a spell, or see 3-4 overs on each side and get Bumrah then as a sort of shock weapon. So because that, he gives you that flexibility. He's good enough to take that new ball and do stuff with it.
It's very important to keep myself really blank, not think much about what is going to happen or whether I'm going to play, or even if I play, whether I'm going to bat up the order or down the order. It's something which is not in my control right now, but what is there in my control is something which I can focus and I can give my 100% to it. And when it comes, I should be ready to deliver it. So I should be really prepared and be ready when the situation comes. First of all, it's really great to be here, and it's a dream for anyone to be part of the Indian dressing room first, and then be part of a World Cup squad is a great feel for any cricketer. And just enjoying England, and been here last year for the A Tour, so it's a nice place and really enjoying it. Yeah, it was a good experience for me, and I've played with them or against them in the IPL, and I know everyone very well. So it was much more easier for me when I got into the dressing room. They made me feel really comfortable, and I was just being myself, which is very important. It's just about lifting the trophy, man of the series award, the end of the after the final. So everyone dream of all such things. We keep visualizing about all these things, but what is important for us is to just be calm and enjoy the present. Just enjoy whatever we do here, enjoy the time being here, enjoy the practice session or the gym session. So I'm just looking to do that, because the long-term goal might be to lift the trophy and everything, but to reach there, it is very important to stay really calm and enjoy ourselves each and every day and each and everything that we do. The best thing here is everyone, we are just being ourselves, and as a cricketer, when I got into the Indian team, it was a great experience for me to learn from, watch and learn from each and every individual from this team. They've done exceptionally well in the last few years, and to be part of this team is a great feel for me. So I'm just looking forward to learn from each and every individual, and they might come up with few inputs which might help my cricket, and so we get better. So it's just about getting better every day.
इतिहास गवाह है, दुनिया के सबसे खतरनाक तेज गेंदबाज रफ्तार से डराते भी हैं और गुर्राते भी हैं। लेकिन बोल्ट थोड़े अलग हैं। ना एक्सप्रेशन पर मत जाइए, रफ्तार से वार करने में जरा भी गुरेज नहीं करता ये गेंदबाज।
प्लेड ऑन।
पिछले वर्ल्ड कप से देखें या पिछले 2 साल का हिसाब रख लें, ट्रेंट बोल्ट का नाम दुनिया के तेज गेंदबाजों की लिस्ट में सबसे ऊपर है। यही नहीं, टीम इंडिया के सामने कई बार ये अपना जौहर दिखा चुके हैं। पिछले वार्म अप मैच में भी हमने बोल्ट के झटके महसूस किए हैं। धवन और रोहित दोनों को सस्ते में निपटा दिया था इस कीवी गेंदबाज ने।
दूसरी सफलता न्यूजीलैंड के लिए।
यही नहीं, आज धवन की जगह ओपनिंग करने वाले राहुल का शिकार भी बोल्ट ने ही किया था। हमारे ही खिलाफ इसी साल बोल्ट ने 12 विकेट झटके थे, वो भी सिर्फ 15 के औसत से। हालांकि सीरीज भारत ने अपने नाम की थी। बोल्ट की सटीक गेंदबाजी और दोनों तरफ बॉल स्विंग कराने की काबिलियत की वजह से ही विराट भी उनके खिलाफ ज्यादा खतरा नहीं उठाते। ये आंकड़े गवाह हैं, बोल्ट के खिलाफ रोहित और कोहली दोनों का स्ट्राइक रेट 50 से कम का है। टीम इंडिया के टॉप ऑर्डर के लिए आज के महामुकाबले का सबसे अहम मुकाबला यही है। ये पड़ाव पार किया तो एक और जीत की नींव तय मानिए।
वापसी की तो हुई है वापसी सासू स्टूडियो में।
I know. Yes. मैं रेगुलर हो गई हूँ यहाँ पे
रेगुलर हो गए। अब तो आप दीवारों दर्ज को गौर से पहचान चुकी होंगी तापसी, लेकिन आप एक क्रेजी क्रिकेट फैन है, तो बताइए कि सिर्फ ये जो रोग है सब आप ही को लगा या पूरे परिवार में ये क्रिकेट का दीवान?
ये तो एक फैमिली रिचुअल होता है ना, सारे मिलके ही देखते हैं। एक जना तो नहीं देखता है टीवी पे सामने बैठ के, तो वो सारे साथ में ही देखते थे जब भी मैचेस, स्पेशली वर्ल्ड कप मैचेस, तो सारे साथ में देखते थे पूरी फैमिली।
और ये जो बुखार है ये सिर्फ वर्ल्ड कप के टाइम पे चढ़ता है, ये हमेशा जब टीम इंडिया ब्लू में नजर
नहीं, वो वर्ल्ड कप के टाइम पे एकदम सबसे हाई टेम्परेचर पे होता है ये वाला बुखार जो होता है।
तो आपको मौका मिला है इरफान पठान और बाकी हमारे गेस्ट को देखने का?
अरे ऑफ कोर्स अभी मैं आने से पहले ही बोल रही थी यहाँ पे कि मैं जिस टाइम देखती थी मैचेस अपने स्कूल कॉलेज टाइम में, एंड देन आई यूज्ड टू सी हिम, इनको देखा करती थी। मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा था उस टाइम में स्टैंडिंग हियर, उस टाइम तो ये भी सोचा कि एक्टर बनूंगी, बट यहाँ आना तो वाज इम्पॉसिबल ऑलमोस्ट।
नहीं, और कोशिश भी अभी करेंगे स्टम्प करने की, मतलब इनके कुछ प्लान्स हैं, मुझे लग रहा है ऐसा।
अब आ गए तो कुछ तो खेल करके ही जाएंगे ना।
काफी मौज मस्ती होगी जब क्रिकेट पे भी थोड़ी सी नजर रहेगी। लेकिन क्रिकेट से ही जुड़ा पहला सवाल ये है कि भाई आपकी ये जो जर्नी है पूरी क्रिकेट की, क्रिकेट के फैन बनने की, ये कब से शुरू हुई? क्योंकि आपकी यात्रा कमाल की रही है तापसी।
जी एक्चुअली कोई डेट और ईयर याद तो नहीं है, बट ये पता है कि जब भी देखा करते थे किसी तरह का भी स्पोर्ट टीवी पे बचपन से, वो क्रिकेट ही होता था एंड सारे मिलके देखते थे एंड मतलब वो एक बड़ा ही इंटेंस और वो इलेक्ट्रीफाइंग सा घर में ही माहौल बन जाता था। डाइनिंग टेबल पे ऐसे खाते हुए भी मतलब प्लेट पे कम और टीवी पे ज़्यादा देख रहे होते थे, तो वो बहुत ऐसे स्ट्रेसफुल माहौल रहता था घर के अंदर जब भी मैच चल रहा होता था।
कोई ऐसी मेमोरी बचपन की जो याद आती है अभी भी जब कोई विश्व कप का मैच चल रहा हो या टीम इंडिया खेल रही हो और आपके नाखून जो है वो कम पड़ गए?
नहीं, ये बहुत ही एम्बैरेसिंग, बट आई थिंक बड़ी
यहाँ कुछ एम्बैरेसिंग नहीं है, तापसी बोल दी।
मेमोरेबल सी एक है मेमोरी मेरी। मेरे को याद है वर्ल्ड कप का ही एक मैच था एंड आई थिंक वो इंडिया पाकिस्तान मैच था एंड मैं इतनी स्ट्रेस में आ गई थी लास्ट मोमेंट पे कि अभी क्या हो रहा है, बहुत मतलब क्रिटिकल मामला चल रहा था। मैं अपने रूम में गई और मैंने सुखमनी साहब का पार्ट निकाल के आई स्टार्टेड प्रेइंग दैट टाइम एंड मेरी फैमिली वाले दे वर सो शॉक्ड कि इसको अचानक से क्या हुआ। ऐसा नहीं, इट्स डू और डाई, मेरे को मतलब आई हैव टू ट्राई एवरीथिंग पॉसिबल। तो मैंने पढ़ा है बकायदा पूरा सुखमनी साहब का पार्ट वहाँ बैठ के अपने रूम में कोने में कि इंडिया जीत जाए एंड हम जीते थे।
ठीक है, मैं यही पूछने वाला
और ये सिर्फ आपकी दुआओं का नतीजा था, बाकी और किसी और चीज से फायदा नहीं हुआ।
आप इतना कह रहे हो तो मैं मान लेती हूँ।
अब जो जिस मिशन पे विराट कोहली की कप्तानी में टीम इंडिया वहां गई है वो करने जो कि 2011 के विश्व कप में हुआ था। तापसी, हमने वर्ल्ड कप जीता था वानखेड़े के स्टेडियम में, MS धोनी फिनिशेस ऑफ इन स्टाइल, आपको मोमेंट याद होगा। आप क्या कर रही थी उस समय?
उस समय ना, अब ये भी एक तरह का रिचुअल होता है कि जब जीतते हैं ना तो बैल्कनी के बाहर जाते सारी मुझे लगता है कि जो सब अपनी गाड़ियां पार्क करके ना खोल के डिक्की अपनी वो फुल वॉल्यूम पे जो भी गाना आ रहा है वो चला देते हैं और वहां पे ही नाच रहे होते हैं रोड साइड पे। तो जब मैं गई थी आई थिंक बाहर मैंने बैल्कनी में देखा कि ये हो रखा था।
आपके लिए वो शॉट एक बार फिर से MS धोनी के बल्ले से
मतलब उसके बाद तो यहाँ पे क्या हुआ देखा नहीं मैंने, क्योंकि मैंने वो देखा जो मेरी बैल्कनी के बाहर हो रहा था और मैं और मेरी सिस्टर हम दोनों वहाँ बैल्कनी में हमने गाना इतना जबरदस्त चला के नाचे थे जो हम, क्योंकि नीचे काफी गाड़ियां खड़ी थी और सबका मतलब जैमिंग जैसे डीजे जैम सेशन चल रहा है, सबने अपना अपना गाना लगाया हुआ है और सब नाच रहे हैं रोड के साइड पे। वो भी किया था मैंने बैल्कनी में खड़े।
बहुत बढ़िया। इरफान?
नहीं बिल्कुल, देखिए वो सबसे बड़ा अगर किसी की भी मेमोरी में अगर होगा, मैच किसी ने लाइव देखी होगी, एक्चुअली किसी ने क्या सबने लाइव देखी थी और सबको पता है कितना बड़ा मोमेंट था, सारे ही लोग आ गए थे। वो हमारी भी मेमोरी है, अमिताभ बच्चन जी अपनी कन्वर्टेबल कार में रोड पे आ चुके थे। तो आपका और आपने क्या किया था उसके बाद? ये तो सेलिब्रेशन आपने मैदान में उस लाइव के वक्त किया, उसके बाद क्या सेलिब्रेशन था?
उसके बाद तो उस अगले दिन फिर सारे दिन यही डिस्कशन होती है, क्योंकि उसके बाद जो हो जाता है ना ऐसा लगता है कि पार्टी आज हमारे घर में ही है।
तो आपके घर पे थी?
हाँ, पार्टी सबने अपने घर में, जैसे केक सबने अपने घर में काटा है इस खुशी मनाते हुए। अगले दिन पूरे दिन डिस्कशन यही चल रही होती है कि कौन सा मोमेंट तुम्हारा फेवरेट था, कौन सा इनका फेवरेट था, फिर वही मतलब अगले दिन का पूरा वही टॉपिक ऑफ डिस्कशन होता है।
जो अभी स्क्वाड गया है इंग्लैंड ये विश्व कप की ट्रॉफी वापस लाने के लिए, फैब 15 कह रहे हैं हम उनको यहाँ पे स्टार स्पोर्ट्स नेटवर्क पे। इस फैब 15 में से तापसी अगर कोई एक हीरो आपका, वैसे हीरो तो माशाल्लाह से इरफान पठान भी काफी है हमारे साइड में, लेकिन कोई एक हीरो इस फैब 15 के स्क्वाड में आपका?
जी मैं ना दिल्ली से हूँ, ठीक है, तो अब आप समझ जाइए मेरा तो ऑब्वियसली आई विल चीयर फॉर माय कैप्टन। वेरी गुड यार, बट अब ऑब्वियसली थोड़ा सा झुकाव अपने कैप्टन की तरफ होगा ही, एंड वो भी क्योंकि अब वो दिल्ली से है तो वो एक्स्ट्रा उनको पॉइंट वहाँ पे मिल जाते हैं मेरी तरफ से।
गुड चॉइस, हैज टू बी
गुड चॉइस, ग्रेट चॉइस। विराट कोहली से बेहतर कोई बल्लेबाज दुनिया में नहीं है, कप्तान कमाल के है और शिप देखिए उनके हाथ में ही है जी। जैसे वो शिप चलाएंगे वैसे चलेगी, पूरी टीम फॉलो करेगी। तो
और विराट कोहली का कोई एक ऐसा मोमेंट जो आपको याद आता हो?
जी उनको ना आई लव टू वॉच हिम, चाहे वो फील्ड चाहे वो बैट कर रहे होते तो ऑब्वियसली मतलब ही इज अ ट्रीट टू वॉच। द वे ही कंडक्ट्स हिमसेल्फ ऑन फील्ड ना, जब इट फील्स लाइक कि आप उनके इमोशन से कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि वो जिस तरीके से इमोट कर रहे होते हैं ना फील्ड पे, फील्डिंग के टाइम, द वे ही इज इंस्ट्रक्टिंग द प्लेयर्स अराउंड एंड यू एक्चुअली फील दैट एनर्जी लुकिंग एट हिम के मतलब हाँ मतलब तुम भी मतलब उतनी जोश से टीवी के सामने बैठ के चेयर कर रहे होते हैं, बिकॉज द कैप्टन इज इमोटिंग सो मच ऑन फील्ड, सो दैट रियली चार्जेस मी अप।
वो जो चार्ज्ड अप एटीट्यूड है, जो एग्रेशन है विराट कोहली का, उसको थाम के रखना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल होता है, लेकिन अगर आप कॉफी पे जाना चाहें और किसी को थाम के रखना चाहें अपने आसपास या अपने सामने किसी कॉफी टेबल पे, तो कौन होगा वो? बताइए।
आई थिंक इस मामले में मैं थोड़ी सी ग्रीडी हूँ, मैं सबको एक एक बारी सबके साथ जाना चाहती हूँ, सबके साथ। अगर वर्ल्ड कप लेकर आएंगे तो मैं पक्का एक एक के साथ जाना चाहती हूँ बाहर।
अच्छा ठीक है, अब मैं दूसरा सवाल पूछूं, कॉफी छोड़िए, चाय किसके साथ जाना चाहेंगे?
चाय में पीती नहीं हूँ बट वो चाय पीती नहीं हूँ, बट सबके एक इंडिविजुअली जाना चाहूंगी मैं सबके साथ।
ठीक है, मतलब नहीं जवाब
घुमा दिया
अरे नहीं, मैं किसी को साइड नहीं करना चाहती हूँ, मैं सबके साथ चाय कॉफी पीना चाहती हूँ।
क्रिक शराड्स का कॉन्टेस्ट होने वाला है। आप देख सकते हैं तापसी बानू के हाथ में कुछ क्यू कार्ड्स रखे हुए हैं। क्रिक शराड्स का गेम, 2 खतरे की घंटियां जो हैं इन दोनों खूबसूरत हमारे एक्सपर्ट्स के हाथ में। बजा दीजिए, आप भी चलती है ना
खूबसूरत एक्सपर्ट। प्लीज, अभी मेरी एक्टिंग का टेस्ट होने वाला है, आप प्लीज मेरी एक्टिंग।
अच्छा, तो हमारे दिमाग का टेस्ट नहीं है,
दोनों का टेस्ट है,
दोनों का प्लीज।
क्रिकेट रिलेटेड है तो आप दोनों से मुझे बड़ी बड़ी उम्मीदें हैं इसमें।
ठीक है, लेट्स
हाँ प्लीज, ये आप ही का टेस्ट है, मेरा नहीं है।
तो इन क्यू कार्ड्स में एक एक शब्द है क्रिकेट से रिलेटेड, वो खिलाड़ी हो सकता है, वो रूल हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, और आपको इनकी एक्टिंग के जरिए गेस करना। यू नो द रूल्स।
ठीक है,
ओके,
ठीक है, रेडी? चलो, एक्चुअली आप ऐसे पकड़ लो, मैं एक चूज करती हूँ इसमें से, ठीक है? रेडी? ओह, दिस इज,
मुझे तो दिखा दीजिए।
ओके, दिखाना है क्या? ओके,
परफेक्ट, ओके,
होल्ड दिस।
थर्ड एम्पायर।
चलिए आगे आगे, मतलब ये वाला हटा दीजिए।
ये तो हटा देना,
हाँ,
कोई भी
ओके, आई टेक दिस।
ये इजी है।
हाँ, देखा, मेरे को सब इजी आ रहे हैं अब।
चलिए, अब बताइए।
वर्ड्स, होम, लेग बिफोर,
रॉन्ग।
अरे,
फाइन लेग,
रॉन्ग। ओके, सॉरी।
थर्ड, 2 वर्ड्स, टीवी, लेग, विकेट,
फाइन लेग,
लेग,
स्क्वायर लेग।
वेल डन भाई। अच्छा, 2 चौके गौतम गंभीर के पल्ले से
लेग समझ आ गई।
एग्जैक्टली भाई, ये इतना सिंपल था यार, मुझे डर लग रहा है डिफिकल्ट वाले में क्या होगा।
आपने दिल्ली का क्रिकेटर चूज किया था, वो भी
हाँ, प्लीज।
2-0 से आगे गौतम गंभीर।
कोई भी
प्रेशर है।
मुझे स्ट्रेस हो रहा है बहुत ज्यादा ये देख के।
इरफान को होना चाहिए यहाँ पे, यस टू कम बैक।
थर्ड मैन, लेग।
अच्छा, ओके, लेट्स ट्राई द डिफिकल्ट वन।
चलिए,
ओके, 3 वर्ड्स, फोन, रिंग, फोन।
मैं करूँ तो मेरे को समझ आ गई।
कॉलिंग टिकानो।
गुड वन।
ये कैसे हुआ?
ये हो गया बस, अच्छी एक्टिंग है मेरी।
कॉलिंग।
वेल डन, ही नीडेड अ कमबैक और हो चुका है ये। चलिए गौतम।
ओके, ओके,
2 वर्ड्स, यस, खत्म, डेड, बॉल।
दबाया तो मैंने पहले।
ये इरफान की तरफ जाता है
या अभी मैं क्या बोलूं, मैं ये मेरे को नहीं डिसाइड करना है।
चलिए, मैं रेफरी बनता हूँ। 3-2 गौतम, आपकी बेल पे मेरी नजर थी, इनकी नजर इरफान पे थी।
अनंत त्यागी, यार मैं यार
I'm trying to be fair, भाई हम भी थोड़ा दिल्ली से वास्ता रखते हैं।
ये गैंग अप कर लिया हम दिल्ली वालों ने, लग रहा है।
चलिए नेक्स्ट,
ये करती हूँ।
ऑलराइट,
2 words again, cycling, walking, stitching.
धोनी।
नहीं, मेरे को याद आ गया है। बोल, तू बोल
दिया उन्होंने।
याद आ गया मतलब पहले किया हुआ है।
बोल दिया उन्होंने, अभी आप।
रॉस टेलर।
इरफान, आपने कहा था आपको याद आ गया, तो याद क्या है ये तो बता दीजिए।
नहीं, मतलब मैं खेल चुका हूँ ना गेम सारे।
अच्छा, ये वाला
मतलब क्रिक सिराज।
अच्छा, ये हो गए ना?
हाँ, ये सारे हो गए, उल्टे वाले
हो गए।
ये बच्चे।
रॉस कैसे एक्टिंग करी थी? रॉस की
नहीं, टेलर
दर्जी। हो गया है, ये भी हो गया है, ये भी हो गया, ये भी हो गया। अच्छा, ये बचे हैं,
2 बचे,
ये बचे,
3 बचे।
ओके,
डन,
ऑलराइट।
ओह शिट,
हाँ, 2 words again, first word, rain, home, triangle. वो कौन है? वो तीसरा आदमी कौन है? वो कौन है?
You're deciding now.
आगे बढ़ो।
Trying to.
शिखर।
Yeah.
Well done.
Where are you from?
अच्छा, you should have. Where am I from? I'm not from Delhi. You're from Delhi.
You know he's from Delhi.
I'm not from Delhi.
चलिए, कोशिश अच्छी थी लेकिन गौतम वेल डन।
Well done.
दिल्ली वाला ही दिल्ली वाले को पहचानता है।
सही बात है।
लास्ट वन।
तो गेम जीत गया ना फिर गौतम।
If I have to do last one, I'll do this one more than this one.
Done.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to Irfan.
नहीं
Give it a go. हाँ, देना
अच्छा,
पड़ेगा।
give it a go, इतना बड़ा दिल मत रख। शॉट, फ्री हिट, 6।
Oh God, I am embarrassed now. How can this?
अच्छा, 1 मिनट, हाँ बोलो। अच्छा, धोनी।
मतलब मेरा ऐसे था हेलीकॉप्टर, मेरा हेलीकॉप्टर ऐसे जा रहा है।
पर ये कौन सा हेलीकॉप्टर है यार? ये
मेरा वाला ऐसा जाता है।
हाँ, मतलब पहला तो था 6, क्योंकि फ्री हिट था, फ्री हिट भी लोग लगाते हैं।
हाँ।
खैर एनीवेज, बट या गौतम is the winner.
Gautam is the winner?
Yes.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
Irfan such a big heart. कितना
इतनी
बड़ा
बार
दिल है
आउट कर
आपका।
चुका है, कहीं तो विनर बनने थे।
अच्छा, मैं गौतम को देख रहा हूँ धोनी के टाइम पे बेल बजाने वाले थे, लेकिन बजी। भाई बहुत मजा आया, तापसी, थैंक यू सो मच, वेल एक्टेड।
Thank God. मतलब I'll keep getting movies इसके बाद भी, हाँ।
But well played Gautam.
Yeah, well played Gautam.
I'll
घंटी
get
बहुत बजाई थी।
100. And well acted.
Well acted to तापसी।
Thank you. I hope लोग कल यही बोले जब मेरी पिक्चर रिलीज हो रही है।
वर्ल्ड कप स्क्वाड में केएल राहुल ने एक बैकअप ओपनर और नंबर 4 के दावेदार के रूप में जगह बनाई थी। बांग्लादेश के खिलाफ वार्म अप मैच में सेंचुरी लगाकर मिडिल ऑर्डर में अपनी जगह पक्की कर ली। फिर साउथ अफ्रीका और ऑस्ट्रेलिया के खिलाफ राहुल मिडिल ऑर्डर में ही खेलने उतरे, लेकिन ओपनर शिखर धवन ऑस्ट्रेलिया के खिलाफ मैच में चोटिल हो गए और भारतीय टॉप ऑर्डर में अचानक एक जगह खाली हो गई। अब राहुल के कंधों पर जिम्मेदारी होगी टीम इंडिया के लिए ओपन करने की, और राहुल इस जिम्मेदारी को खुशी खुशी निभाएंगे, क्योंकि राहुल एक सलामी बल्लेबाज ही हैं।
When I'm opening the batting, I set the pace of the game, and when you're batting at 4, either the openers and the top 3 have already set the pace of the game, or the opposition has set the pace of the game.
राहुल ने खेले 15 वनडे में से 7 मैचों में ओपन किया है, जिसमें इनका औसत 56 का है। हालांकि ये पारियां जिम्बाब्वे और एशियन सबकॉन्टिनेंट में थी। इंग्लैंड की पिचों पर राहुल के सामने एक बड़ी चुनौती होगी, हवा में लहराती गेंदें, खासकर अगर टीम इंडिया सुबह के वक्त पहले बल्लेबाजी का फैसला करती है। न्यूजीलैंड के खिलाफ ये चुनौती और मुश्किल होगी, क्योंकि कीवी गेंदबाजों के पास गति है, सीम गेंदबाजी का हुनर भी और स्विंग कराने की काबिलियत भी। इन कीवी गेंदबाजों ने वार्म अप मैचों में राहुल को सिर्फ 6 रन बनाने दिए। सवाल यह है कि क्या केएल राहुल गब्बर की जगह ले पाएंगे, जिसने ऑस्ट्रेलिया के खिलाफ शानदार शतक लगाकर टीम इंडिया को जीत दिलाई थी।
Seat Miles X3, the 1 lakh kilometer tire. Seat.
फायर ग्राउंड कैप्टन कोहली की टीम इंडिया ने साउथ अफ्रीका और ऑस्ट्रेलिया को चटाई धूल। हाई स्कूल कैप्टन केन ने भी 3 लगातार मुकाबलों में हासिल की है फतेह। 2 दिग्गज कप्तान और मॉडर्न क्रिकेट के बेस्ट बैट्समैन आज हैं आमने सामने। बैट्समैन कोहली ने टूर्नामेंट में शुरुआत जरूर धीमी की, लेकिन ऑस्ट्रेलिया के खिलाफ पकड़ी रफ्तार।
Just pick your spots. That's what he did.
82 रनों की इनिंग्स के साथ ऐसा टारगेट सेट किया जो वर्ल्ड कप में इस टीम को आज तक किसी ने नहीं दिया। अब कोहली यही लाजवाब फॉर्म कैप्टन केन की कीवी टीम के खिलाफ भी बरकरार रखना चाहेंगे। वैसे भी 22 इनिंग्स में न्यूजीलैंड के खिलाफ 12 हाफ सेंचुरी है विराट के नाम, औसत 68 का। इस टीम के खिलाफ कम से कम 10 इनिंग खेलने वाले बल्लेबाजों में इससे बढ़िया औसत किसी का नहीं।
Virat for a number of years now has been leading the way in all formats and setting standards that are extremely high and his competitive nature.
विलियमसन भी इस वर्ल्ड कप में अपनी छाप छोड़े बिना नहीं मानेंगे। इसका इशारा मिला बांग्लादेश के खिलाफ 40 रनों की अहम पारी से। इसके बाद अफगानिस्तान के खिलाफ केन ने वर्ल्ड कप का अपना बेस्ट स्कोर बनाया। भारत के लिए ये चेतावनी इसलिए है क्योंकि इंग्लैंड में करीब 70 का औसत है विलियमसन का। दोनों कप्तानों का एक दूसरे के बल्ले को खामोश रखने का गेम प्लान तैयार होगा। विलियमसन के गेंदबाज विराट को बैक ऑफ द लेंथ गेंदें करेंगे, स्टंप के करीब 10 इंच दूर, ताकि कोहली उनके झांसे में आ जाएं। बोल्ट भी उनके खिलाफ स्टार्क की तरह शॉर्ट बॉल की रणनीति बनाकर उतरेंगे। वहीं कैप्टन कोहली का हथियार होगी कुलदीप चहल की स्पिन जोड़ी, जो इन्हें 4 बार पवेलियन भेज चुके हैं। रणभूमि तैयार है कैप्टन कूल और कैप्टन कोहली की जंग की गवाह बनने के लिए।
Hello guys, we are in Nottingham in the Indian dressing room. I'm gonna show you where everyone sits and the memories also we have from this very, very good ground and personal milestone as well. See, this is our very own, I don't know what to call his action, but see, even ICC is not sure, so they are not sure he bats or bowls, so his picture is there. Kedar sits here. Then we have Mr. Jadeja. Yeah, he has taken lots of space, by the way. He sits always next to the captain, and the captain is here. And the most space in our dressing room, someone who has, is our captain. You see, all this area is his. That's Mr. Vice Captain Rohit Sharma. This is the main room. See, goes where I sit. That's Jaspreet Bumrah, who played one ODI before me, I guess, when I made my debut. I guess before that he played. That's me. And that's MS Dhoni, who played, I guess, 300 plus ODIs before me. So that's him. And that's the room.
Now we come to my physio room.
Patrick, don't disturb us.
That isn't my physio room anymore. It's been hijacked by these 5 gentlemen. With the weather a little bit inclement at the moment, some are waiting in here. Some mightn't be doing much today, some are doing more.
Yes, sir.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Good, sir. You?
These boys, as you can see, are making themselves at home very nicely. Boys are very pensive, very quiet, and for once very, very shy, which isn't a bad thing. So we need to do this more often, I think. Very rarely they're this well behaved and this quiet.
Sanjay bhai, first of all, you can give us a clear picture. So you expect to get Dhawan back, and now that there could be some rejig in the team because of the injury. So what exactly, how the team combination pans out in this changed circumstances?
I mean, as far as Shikhar is concerned, we'll be observing him, and probably it will take some time. Around the 10th or 12th day, we'll get to know where he stands, and post that we will be in a better position to take a call. Because you do not really want to rule out a precious player like Shikhar very straight at the time of when the impact or the injury happened. So we would like to wait and assess after 10-12 days. As far as the batting order goes, yes, KL moves up at the top of the order, and there are various options that the team management can utilize going into the next game. So obviously, Vijay Shankar is going to be an option, and then there are a couple of others as well.
Obviously, Shikhar's lost purely as a batsman for these next few games, but also, can you talk about what that means as far as not having left-hand, right-hand combination, perhaps, and how much of a factor that was in bringing Rishabh over?
Yeah, I mean, that it's always an added advantage if you have a right-left combination right at the top of the order. But I mean, whatever is available to us, we have quality players. So I mean, Shikhar will definitely be missed in the next 3 to 4 games. But we have a great backup for each position. So with that, we should be able to make it up.
And that's the main reason for Rishabh's being called in?
Yeah, I mean, he bats in the middle order, and obviously being a left-hander helps. And he was named in the standbys as well. So the team management has gone and picked him as per the order.
During the warm-ups, the focus for KL Rahul was on sealing that middle order spot, which he did by the second game. What will be the big challenge for him to bat with Rohit in the top of the order?
If you are batting in the middle order and suddenly you go and bat at the top order, then you know that how challenging it can be, wherein you need to negotiate 2 new balls, but you also understand that there are always boundary opportunities. There are a lot of big gaps out there in the field. And if you're a top order batting in the middle order, then you suddenly understand that, okay, the balls which you would have hit for 4 in the first 10 or 12 overs, you only get a single. So it's a mental adjustment, and any player who is able to do that requires a lot of skill, but ultimately it will enhance the position that he will bat in, and it will help the team scores big time.
In situations like this where your batsmen can't even get proper practice, bowlers can't bowl at the nets, how difficult is it for the team to keep itself motivated and prepared, technically prepared for the challenges ahead?
I mean, we've had a fair time to prepare ourselves, because we spent a lot of time before our first match, so that was an advantage. Even whatever opportunities that the players have got so far, everybody's got it to bat and bowl. So from our batting point of view, all the 6 batsmen, except Kedar, who hasn't got a hit, but all the 6 batsmen have got a chance to go out there in the middle, and each of them have done really well in the roles or in the positions that they found themselves in. So you've already got our top 3 batting really well, and they've got runs under their belt. And then you've got Hardik and Marais and even KL getting game time. So that augurs really well, and it isn't necessary that you come to the nets every day. At times, if you miss practice because of weather or something, that's still fine.
न्यूजीलैंड ने हमें प्रैक्टिस मैच में भी हराया था, और वेदर कंडीशंस पिछले 2-3 दिन से बड़ी खराब चल रही हैं, स्विंगिंग कंडीशंस हैं, तो कितना चैलेंजिंग इंडिया के लिए होने वाला है?
देखिए, हर मैच चैलेंजिंग है ही, मतलब इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है कि कोई भी मैच आसान है इस वर्ल्ड कप फॉर्मेट में। सभी टीमों ने अच्छा प्रिपरेशन करके आए हैं, और सभी टीम एक दूसरे की स्ट्रेंथ वीकनेसेस अच्छी तरह से जानते हैं। तो मेरे ख्याल से अगला मैच भी हम उसी तरह अप्रोच करेंगे जिस तरह से हमने पहला या दूसरा मैच किया। तो हमारे लिए कोई चीज़ बदलती नहीं है। अगर टीम सामने वाली न्यूजीलैंड हो या कोई और टीम हो, हम उसी तरह से हमारी प्रिपरेशन करते हैं, हम उसी तरह से हमारा जो अप्रोच है, हमारा गेम प्लान बनाते हैं, और कोशिश करते हैं कि जितना भी करीब हम अपने स्टैंडर्ड से खेल पाए। तो हमें ये विश्वास है कि अगर हम हमारे स्टैंडर्ड के पास खेल पाए तो हम हमेशा अच्छा ही खेलेंगे।
India brought the Australian juggernaut to a grinding halt amidst a sea of blue at the Oval. The top three provided the perfect platform for the hitters, and the pace bowlers along with Yuswendra Chahal muzzled Australia's big bats. The Kiwis have made the most of an easy schedule and are the only other unbeaten team in the tournament. But Virat Kohli's unit will be their toughest test until they face Australia and England in their final games of the league stage. Shikhar Dhawan took a nasty blow to his thumb, but it did not stop him from scoring his third World Cup ton. However, scans showed that the southpaw suffered a hairline fracture on his left thumb and will sit out of the match against New Zealand. Rahul will now open with Rohit Sharma, and this could see the entry of Dinesh Karthik into the middle order. The Kiwis have followed the same strategy in their first three games: restrict the opposition to a manageable total so that the batsmen aren't under pressure. This approach might not be effective against a superior batting unit like India's, but it's their best chance of beating one of the favourites to win the World Cup. Hardik Pandya's innings against Australia set up the stage for Kohli and company to post their biggest score against Australia in a World Cup match. For a team with a top three as India's, Pandya's ability to attack from ball one allows the management to push him up the order anytime the first two wickets add over 200 runs. Pandya's hitting ability from any position means he will be a floater in this Indian lineup. New Zealand's batting revolves around their rock-solid captain, Kane Williamson, especially when it comes to matches against India. The Kiwis have beaten India 9 times with Williamson in their ranks, and he averages over 52 in those matches. That number is almost twice his average in the 13 matches he lost to India. Let's look at the numbers now. While India have had the better of New Zealand overall, the Kiwis have the edge in World Cup encounters. But these teams haven't met at cricket's biggest stage in the last 3 editions. The last time they faced each other, India ripped through the Kiwi batting before knocking off the runs with ease. Trent Bolt is one of the finest practitioners of swing bowling in the world. The left-armer has run through some of the best batting lineups when conditions have assisted him, and Kohli will be well aware of it. Bolt destroyed India's top order in the warm-up game and has impressive career numbers against the men in blue. The Kiwi crick has had a quiet start to the World Cup with 3 wickets in the first 3 games. But 2 of them were day-night affairs, with New Zealand bowling first. The game against India will start at 10:30 local time, and Bolt having an early shot at the Indian lineup might have the biggest impact on the outcome of this game. India dominated the Kiwis in their backyard earlier this year. Expect the same at Trent Bridge, with India ending New Zealand's unbeaten run in the competition. Log on to Hotstar at 1:30 PM on Thursday for all the live action from Nottingham.
तापसी की तो हुई है वापसी सासनो स्टूडियो में।
I know. मैं रेगुलर हो गई हूँ यहाँ पे
रेगुलर हो गया। अब तो आप दीवारों दर्ज को गौर से पहचान चुकी होंगी तापसी, लेकिन आप एक क्रेजी क्रिकेट फैन है, तो बताइए कि सिर्फ ये जो रोग है सब आप ही को लगा या पूरे परिवार में ये क्रिकेट का दीवान?
ये तो एक फैमिली रिचुअल होता है ना, सारे मिलके ही देखते हैं, एक जना तो नहीं देखता है टीवी पे सामने बैठ के, तो वो सारे साथ में ही देखते थे जब भी मैचेस, स्पेशली वर्ल्ड कप मैचेस, तो सारे साथ में देखते थे पूरी फैमिली।
और ये जो बुखार है ये सिर्फ वर्ल्ड कप के टाइम पे चढ़ता है, ये हमेशा जब टीम इंडिया ब्लू में नजर
नहीं, वो वर्ल्ड कप के टाइम पे एकदम सबसे हाई टेम्परेचर पे होता है ये वाला बुखार जो होता है।
तो आपको मौका मिला है इरफान पठान और बाकी हमारे गेस्ट को देखने का?
अरे ऑफ कोर्स अभी मैं आने से पहले ही बोल रही थी यहाँ पे कि मैं जिस टाइम देखती थी मैचेस अपने स्कूल कॉलेज टाइम में, एंड देन आई यूज्ड टू सी हिम, इनको देखा करती थी। मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा था उस टाइम में स्टैंडिंग हियर, उस टाइम तो ये भी सोचा कि एक्टर बनूंगी, बट यहाँ आना तो वाज इम्पॉसिबल ऑलमोस्ट।
नहीं, और कोशिश भी अभी करेंगे स्टम्प करने की, मतलब